we share a little bit about why we love Sunrider, why the company's so different, because I know sometimes we do have new people on the call, and anytime that anyone wants to share their experiences, if you want to tell us why you love Sunrider, we would love to hear that too. So Richard, you want?
I sure am.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Well, as the old movie said, if it's Tuesday, this must be Dr. Dees Call. Well, I didn't actually say that, but I know. Why did you choose Sunrider? A lot of people have asked us this question over the years, and it's very simple. We love Sunrider because the products work. They do what they say they're going to do. They're all natural. The company is owned and run by experts. They make all their own products. The velocity generation, these are all really unique to Sunrider. For instance, the owner's expertise, Doctors Oil and Dr. Chen, who have backgrounds in medicine and in herbology, pharmacology. This is something to me that's very important. I don't really want to be using products from a company that is run by somebody who's basically just an investment and knows nothing about what they're making, how they're making, or anything that's going into it. But the Chens are experts in these fields. They know exactly how to use the herbs, how to make the products. Dr. Chen, Dr. Ruben Chen, Eric, a biochemist, they are the ones that are doing the research, the development, focusing production. And another important fact is that they manufacture everything in-house. Nothing is third party. Everything is done by Sunrider. And the variety of foods, the combination of foods, the amount that we're getting is 5 to 7 to 10 pounds of raw materials in many cases that are all concentrated down to 1 pound. And that makes a huge difference when you're looking for results. Because I know a lot of people that would say, oh, yeah, I put kale in my smoothie in the morning. And how many pounds? What are you talking about? Yeah, I put like a small handful. Well, you're not going to get the nutritional value or the nutritional amount that the body needs for regeneration by a handful of salad. It's just not going to happen. So Sunrider concentrates everything. So we are getting what is necessary. And the philosophy of regeneration is so simple. Feed the body the amount and variety of foods so that the body has the ability to balance itself, bring itself into good health. And this is what is so important to us. This is what caught Marlene died right at the beginning when her cousin, Dr. Dees, introduced her to the products almost 30 years ago. And I'm so grateful that Marlene liked that because of the benefits that we have been enjoying for so many years. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on too. And I can't say enough about the way this company is operated, makes the product, the safety and the effectiveness of each and every product. There are never any additives, no added sugars, no GMOs, nothing artificial. Everything is all natural. And that's why we chose them. Why do they repeat themselves? Because you know you all did. That's why you're here. Okay, I'll leave that to you.
Okay. Well, did anyone want to jump on and answer that question? Did anyone want to share something that was in addition to what Richard was talking about? I'd like to share how I became acquainted with Sunrider. Ready? Yes, many years ago, I went with a friend of mine to a chiropractor, or I can't remember who it was, but this person was in Sunrider, and she was offering to those ladies some Cali. And so my introduction to Sunrider was through Cali. And I remember when I drank it that day, I immediately felt I just had energy afterwards. It was wonderful, and I was good. And so I investigated and signed up under Tuesday. Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. And I'm sure, as you said, I think all of us are so grateful to the person who introduced us to Sunrider. And that's why I always share with everyone about Sunrider. And I hope everyone on this call shares with everyone that they know too, because we are so grateful, and we know other people will be too. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Does anyone else, before we move on to our topic, just want to share what you love about Sunrider and why you decided to use the product? Okay, well then we're going to start with our topic. So for the last few months, we have been speaking about spring, of course, spring renewal, spring cleansing, and how with the help of the Sunrider product, we can feel refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, as we clean, balance, and protect our bodies internally and externally, as well as our home and our clothes. So we have talked about so many fantastic products that help us with every part of our life and our home. And one of the topics that has come up recently, we know about allergies. Obviously, we've talked about spring allergies, but sometimes we forget that what's underneath or has a connection with allergies is inflammation. And according to the Cleveland Clinic, inflammation is an essential part of our body's healing process. It occurs when inflammatory cells travel to the place of an injury or foreign bodies like bacteria. If inflammatory cells stay too long, it may lead to chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation is a symptom of other health conditions, maybe such as rheumatoid arthritis. We also may see some flushed skin, pain, tenderness, swelling, heat. Those would be if you were injured. But then there's also chronic types of inflammation that you might see in terms of abdominal pain, chest pain, fatigue, fever, joint pain, skin rashes. And so you'll see a lot of these kinds of aspects to something that's going on with your body, and you might be wondering what that is. And of course, we have, as I mentioned, it might be from an injury. So I know Richard has had inflammation in regard to an injury, but also because of he had that allergy and years ago. So those are some of the ways you might see inflammation show up in your body. But what are some ways that we can actually decrease our risk of chronic inflammation? Really by developing some healthy lifestyle habits. And some of those would be achieving and maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding or quitting smoking, exercising 3 to 5 times per week. Daily is great. Limiting our alcohol intake and managing stress. Healthy tools such as meditation or journaling. But we can also reduce inflammation by eating anti-inflammatory foods, such as fruits and vegetables. So that could be like apples, berries, tomatoes, celery, onions, and greens. Also, if we use probiotics, that helps to reduce inflammation. So that could be yogurt, sauerkraut, kombucha, also omega-3 fatty acids like in salmon, walnuts, chia seeds, and then there are certain vitamins like vitamin A, C, and D that could also reduce inflammation and enhance repair. Now we know why we're here. We're talking about some fantastic Sunrider products that fit into those food and vitamin categories that can help support the balance of inflammation in our body. And, you know, when I saw all those foods, and I said, that's great, we do have all those tablespoons. But we also know that Sunrider foods and supplements, they're so concentrated and so natural and so absorbable, so that we know we're going to get in what we need to help with anything we're trying to balance and repair and rebuild in our body. So we are choosing just a couple of products for tonight that help in that area of inflammation. And Richard, you're going to start off with a few of those products. Are you there, Rich? I think you're on mute. Rich? Hold on, everybody. Richard, you're on mute.
Hello? Okay. Sorry, folks. I went to go off. You know, cell phones and fat fingers. I'm sorry. I went to get off mute, and I disconnected myself. And once I was disconnected, I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I disconnected." But of course, nobody could hear. So here we go. Live radio. Folks. Here we are. I want to talk a little bit about vitamin D. And we're very fortunate because we live in Florida. And vitamin D is basically known as the sunshine vitamin. Okay? And what Sunrider says about it, it says our new supplement provides ultra high quality vitamin D in the preferred D food. Sunrider, the vitamin D food is fortified with antioxidant powerhouse vitamin D plus sunflower oil, which is rich in polyphenols and healthy fatty acids that enhance vitamin D absorption. Benefits include aiding calcium absorption, strong balance of teeth, and supporting the healthy function of the nervous system. Vitamin D, the vitamin D comes in 1,000 and 5,000 IU strength. We recommend the 1,000 for children and the 5,000 for adults. And I love it because it's, number one, I we should have already beginning. It works. It's absorbable. Hey, if the body's not absorbing the nutrients, it's not doing it any good whatsoever. So, the way they formulate their products is to make sure that whatever they're adding into it, like in this case, the vitamin D, it also is there to help it become more absorbable. Okay? It says also known as cholecalciferol. Okay, vitamin D3 is a fat-soluble vitamin that supports, like I said before, bone health, immune function, cell growth, and more. Okay? It's a way to nourish the body because the body does not make vitamin D, right? Because it produces D to get it from outside source. We know that the sun is a perfect source for vitamin D, anyone else have any experience or want to share why they use it, why they like it?
Well, one thing I will say too, as Richard mentioned, we do live in Florida and there's a lot of sun here and we walk every day. But I realize too that just because we do have the sun, it doesn't mean that you actually have enough vitamin D, and that's the specific blood test that you can take to see if you do. And what I realized, even with all the sun that I get, I was low on my vitamin D. And so that's a good thing to check out because it does help in so many ways that Richard mentioned, whether it's lifting mood, and in this case today, we're talking about inflammation. So if there are some things that we can do to add into our daily diet, this is one of those products that I think are really important. And of course, as you said, helps with the immune system. So I just want to add that in, that even if you are living in a sunny environment, you might still be low on your vitamin D. Did anyone else have anything else they wanted to share about that? I have something to share. Great. Everybody that here told me that we were taking vitamin D, that previously their vitamin D levels were low until we started Sunrider science, and now that vitamin D levels are where they should be. And I let them know that's because of the quality and the absorbability of this vitamin D. Recently, I had and I was told my vitamin D level was excellent. And I knew I had no doubt because I take this vitamin D. So whenever I share vitamin D, I share with confidence. I know it's absorbable. I haven't had anybody that hasn't had positive results with this. Oh, I love that. And you know, Paula, the same thing happened to me as well, because when I had my blood test, it was before our vitamin D came out, so I didn't have it. And mine definitely went up and improved after I started taking our vitamin D. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Anyone else? Yeah, this is Mary. Hi. I just have to tell you, I was taking vitamin D for years because doctors had already said, you know, you need to get vitamin D because you're not getting enough from the sun. And I can't spend time in the sun because I get burned so easily. But anyway, that's another story. But I was taking vitamin D for quite a while, and I was so excited when Sunrider came out with vitamin D because I just knew that whatever it was that Sunrider came up with was going to be a heck of a lot better than anything I could get in the drugstore. So I was really excited about the fact that Sunrider had vitamin D now. Oh, thank you, Mary. I know that feeling when it's something you want. And you go, wait a minute, we always check. Does Sunrider have that first before we look anywhere else? It's always our first dog. Yeah. But I was excited when I heard, oh, they're going to have vitamin D. There's other one that I don't know whether it's anything or not, and I'm going to take Sunrider, and I know it'll be good. Yeah, so, I love it. I know that's all of us, our sense of trust and confidence in the product that we get so excited and Sunrider comes out with a new one. Yeah, thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. So, Richard, did you want to go on to another product that you were sharing tonight?
Sure. You know, it's funny, Paula, because when I go to the VA for my blood work, and they come back and they go, well, you know, your blood is really good. All your levels are so, you know, like I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I'm high and I'm low. And like you, I'm sitting there saying to myself, yeah, hey, that's before you told me. So yeah, that to me, that's somebody's deal. So thank you for sharing, both of you, Mary and Paul. I love that. Another one that I want to talk about is citric C, because vitamin C is also an amazing thing that the body, again, does not replenish or make on its own. All right? Vitamin C can help reduce the risk of chronic diseases. It can help reduce high blood pressure, and in turn, lower the risk of heart disease. And it just has so many benefits. Everybody knows vitamin C helps you feel better. The Sunrider chewable vitamin C, again, the key to this is the absorbable factor in it, because, like we said, say it all the time, the body's not absorbing it, you're just wasting time and money, and you're not getting the results that you want. Okay? So, I love the book, and it's citrusy, I just love it. I chew them up. I think the recommendation is 1 or 2 at a time, or sometimes I take 3 or 4 at a time. And when I'm teaching, when I'm exposed to whatever's going on in that petri dish they call it school, I want to make sure that I'm really building up my immune system and staying healthy. And again, we're talking about inflammation and immunity. And one of the main ingredients is roses. And it says that this rich source of vitamin C and flavonoids provides powerful antioxidants with anti-inflammatory and immune system benefits. So we know that vitamin C helps with the immune system, but it's also helping to fight off inflammation. And overdose on it because it's natural. It's also critical what the source of vitamin C is, because there are a lot of vitamin C products out there that don't come from a citrus source. I've heard of vitamin C coming from corn. It does not have the same effect on the body as a citric-based vitamin C. And we've heard this a million times, that the body will absorb and respond to a natural vitamin way better than people will ever respond to a synthetic, source. And it's funny because I'll say to people, if I lay down all these capsules or these pills or whatever, can you identify which is an aspirin, which is a vitamin C, which is that? They say, well, they all look alike. And it's true. But if I put down an orange and an apple and a peach and a lemon, and I say, which one's the orange, you can identify. Well, the body works the same way. If it can't identify what you're putting into it, how is it going to know how to utilize it? And that's what I love about every single Sunrider product. The body identifies it and then uses it the way the body needs to use it. So I'm sure a lot of people out there have some type of a testimony about citrus C. It's safe for the whole family. It's love that. Like I said, they're chewable, they taste good. Who else would like to jump in and tell us a little bit about how you use it or what it's done for you? Don't be shy.
Hey, Rich, it's Mac.
Hey, Mac. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, thank you. Like you, man, I am an advocate of the Sunrider Citric C. I keep it right next to my bottle of herb cal tabs, actually. And 2 or 3 times a day as I'm walking past those bottles, I'll pick them up and just grab one of each and munch on them because they do taste so good. The reason I jumped on is I want to make just a couple comments to the things that you said. First of all, the source of the vitamin in terms of vitamin C being rosehip, you're absolutely right. Because it's a natural source of the vitamin C, the body can assimilate it. I mean, we've joked many times about the fact that here in the United States, we probably have the most expensive toilet water in the world because so many people are consuming isolated vitamins and they're just coming right through their body and they're not being absorbed. So again, natural source of vitamin C, citric sea tats. One other quick comment coming back, if I may, to the vitamin D3. You know, formulation, which we've talked about many times in the past too, it's the formulation and the combination of the key ingredients within our vitamin D3 that make it so absorbable for the body. The other thing I just wanted to share with everybody is I've looked at research on vitamin D3, and even though there's no conclusive evidence that does cause sleep disorder, there is some concern about that in the marketplace. So I always recommend that people take their vitamin D3 in the morning time. It avoids the problem. So there's that, and it's most easily absorbable when you take it with a meal. So that's the other thing. Take it with your breakfast, your Sunrider shake, whatever it is you're consuming in the morning. The other thing, Marlene, you mentioned being in Florida, as you did too, Rich, and the fact that we get a lot of sun. I'm here in Arizona, so I can relate to that. But what I find is I put sunscreen on all the time. Okay, so I'm blocking the natural absorption of vitamin D3 from the sun. So again, it's very important to have a supplement like this. This is one of the things I consume every day. And again, vitamin D3, citric sea. Can't wait to hear what the next one is, Rich. So I'll turn it back over to you.
Sunscreen, and I don't even think about the fact that I am blocking the absorption of the D3, the vitamin D. So thank you for bringing that up because, like I said, I'm out there all the time, and again, using the sunblock products from Sunrider to protect my skin. Anybody else? Anything they'd like to add? Okay. And I do the same as you. I mix and match the cow pads with the citric sea, and it's kind of a nice little flavor there between two.
Agreed.
All right. All right. Marlene, do you want me to go on to the next one, or do you have something else you wanted to add?
Yeah, no, I'm just going to say that the next product that you're sharing is Vitadophilus, and just wanted to go back again to the evidence that shows some of the things that help to reduce inflammation. One is probiotics. So I did mention some of those foods like yogurt that have probiotics, but there is nothing like ours. So that's why we wanted to add that product in the list for this evening. So Richard, why don't you go ahead and talk about Vitadophilus?
Okay, I love Vitadophilus. I know Marlene likes it in the morning, and at night I basically do it at night. There are certain foods that I like that do not like me, but because of some of the Sunrider products, I can eat it, and we get along very well. The Vitadophilus is, as we said, a probiotic. It is coated in apple pectin, and that apple pectin coating allows the actual probiotic, the acidophilus, I guess you would call it, to get through the stomach acid and into the gut, into the small intestines. And that's where it's needed. The body has bacteria. You've got good bacteria, you've got bad bacteria. And yogurt and the other things that Marlene was mentioning, and of course our Vitadophilus provide is the good bacteria. And the research shows that gut health is one factor that affects inflammation. An imbalance in the gut microbiome can decrease your ability to absorb nutrients and negatively affect digestive health. Since improving gut health will reduce inflammation, you can help yourself achieve better health through diet and lifestyle changes. And like I said, this is a major lifestyle change for us. I will A lot of times you take something for a specific reason, but we do this consistently. And then if we need, every once in a while, I might have an allergic reaction to something, then I would take extra some other product. But eating these products, drinking these products, using these products on a regular, consistent basis, in my opinion, is the key to the success I'm looking for to maintain good health, a healthy body, healthy lifestyle. So that's my take on the vitamin D, the C, the vitamin, we threw calpads in there, and whatever else we're using. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to share? I know you guys have some amazing testimonies and stories. And like Molly said, I'm sure we have a lot of new people out that would love to hear from you. Okay. Jump off mute and tell us what you got. Okay, Molly, back to you.
Okay, well, everyone's probably thinking about their story. So you can jump on
anytime. Anytime they're ready, they can jump on.
Right. Okay, so, someone's there. Go ahead. You're good. Well, yes, I took the vitamin and I love it. And it has a sweet aftertaste. It's delicious. I just open the packet and use a spoon and drink water afterwards, usually. And it has helped my digestion. And then, because I used to even get, I'm small and stature, but it helps with the bloating of my stomach. And if I'm consistent with it also. And so that's just wonderful. Oh, I love that. Thank you. I am so agree with what you're saying about how that vitamin is, first of all, so tasty. And there's a lot of different ways people use it. I eat it right out of the packet. Today I actually sprinkled some on an apple. So many ways to use that. And it does help with that bloating, and therefore it does feel like inflammation when you're bloating in the gut area. So I can see why the probiotics would really be helpful when we're talking about inflammation in the body. So thank you so much for sharing. So the next product I wanted to talk about is the evergreen. And I'm bringing that up because one of the aspects they were saying, things that help as anti-inflammatory foods are in greens. And sometimes we may not get enough greens or really healthy greens. And that's where I feel like evergreen really comes into play. It's a liquid, and you can mix it in your fortune delight. You could have it just with water. Different ways that you can have that evergreen, but it tastes great. It's powerful, I think. And I know a lot of times I don't get in enough greens. And now that I know this is going to also help with reducing inflammation, I feel like that's another good reason to have evergreen. But I just wanted to add, like, as Richard said, that we use these products every single day. And what we've been doing is just sharing the different benefits of each of these products. So we might have spoken about evergreen in regard to working out, and that's how that supports energy and endurance. Also to help with our respiration, because it transports oxygen and nutrients and helps with healthy circulation. But isn't it wonderful to know another benefit that evergreen has is it helps to, because it's the leafy green vegetable, helps to reduce the inflammation that we have in our body. So many different benefits with that. Of course, it contains no artificial sweeteners or colors or preservatives. Of course, we know again it's very healthy and very it's concentrated, so it works so well. I just want to mention again a couple of the other ingredients in the evergreen. Of course, is the chlorophyllin. That's the main ingredient, and it is stabilizes a stabilized type of chlorophyll. Because you might hear of chlorophyll in other kinds of products on the market, but this helps to support, as I said, the circulatory system, and it helps to clean the intestines and aid digestion. It also has iron, which helps to maintain overall health. It's an integral part of hemoglobin molecules found at the center of the red blood cells. It also helps to transport, as I mentioned, oxygen from the lungs to all the tissues of the body. And of course, that wonderful taste that is that peppermint oil, again, an essential oil used to provide relief of indigestion, upset stomach, and nausea. Tastes great, and I just think it's another one of those products, if we're thinking at all about inflammation, evergreen is a great product for that. So does anyone have anything they want to say about evergreen? Yes, I'd like to say something. This is Diane from Michigan. Yes, hi Diane, thank you. So that's the evergreen in terms of green vegetables. Well, I wouldn't say necessarily you have to do it in place of, because I think, still they eat your green leafy vegetables. But I think what's great about this is that all Sunrider products are kind of filled in a nutritional gap. That's a great way to think of Sunrider. So you still eat whatever else you're eating, but this could be in addition or to help with more absorption of the green leafy vegetables. Thank you so much. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah. Anybody else?
I was going to say, you still want to eat the vegetables because of the fiber and the other nutrients that they're going to provide. You're not just going to replace them. Again, Sunrider is mostly, as we've always said, to add to, as a supplement. So that's what I look at. That's what we like to use.
Thank you so much. Yes. And evergreen also does have some zinc in it, and I know zinc is another mineral that also has been known to help to reduce inflammation. So that's just another added benefit in the evergreen. So I think I'm going to go on to one of my other favorite products. Then when we're talking about inflammation, and it is dandelion root. And I know we think a lot about doing, in the spring, a lot of people might do a liver cleanse, and they use dandelion root to help with that. But dandelion root, from the point of view of being helpful with inflammation, is that it actually has essential fatty acids. And research suggests that all parts of the dandelion plant contain many natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds. So the dandelion, I'm going to just read you a little bit about what Sunrider says about the dandelion root. And this is right, I'm getting it from your fact sheet. As we mentioned before, a lot of the information we see, we speak about is from Sunrider's website and their fact sheet. And this is what they say about dandelion. It says, although it has a reputation as a pesky weed, this flowering plant has a long history of therapeutic use. Dandelion root contains essential fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals to support overall health. This nutrient-rich plant is that combine to naturally support alleviation of inflammation and pain throughout the body. So it states right there on the fact sheet how this can help with inflammation. It also, because of that, it helps to release minor sores. It has, of course, it's free of any artificial ingredients or additives, and it helps in protecting the liver. So this super concentrated formula, it also has a dose of iron, fiber, flavonoids, and again, those phytonutrients that combine together to support overall health. So, what do we think about that? Dandelion. I'm worried. I'm Marcy this morning. Oh, hi. Hi. I think that dandelion right up as it's really truly the article of science. This is a little unsung hero. Oh my goodness. This dandelion root is so rich in the antioxidants, and it really does relieve that minor soreness. It's all about the inflammation with what it does. Not just for allergies, but anybody who has heart disease, any inflammation going on, it really helps people who have arthritis. This is an unsung hero for sure. I love the fact that it carries the oxygen to tissues and organs, and really grabs those free radicals like the calories and all those vitamins, minerals. Such a rich plant. And when I was growing up, I remember we had some neighbors who every spring they would gather dandelion and put it in a salad. And I always thought it was just so pretty. The way that they did it was they didn't probably have oversight spray on it. But I remember them telling me it was so good for you and a very good springtime on it, they call it at that point. But I love them, and it's well priced. It's fabulous. Everybody should be having dandelion, not just for the allergies, but year round. This is really, really fabulous. So everything that the body is going through in terms of inflammation. Oh, fantastic, Maureen. Thank you so much. As you can see, she's very passionate about dandelion. And as you mentioned, as we were saying in the beginning, there's lots of ways that inflammation shows up in our body. So it's more than just the allergies. There's so many things, so many different imbalances that the dandelion can help with. And I know, as I mentioned, a lot of times we think of this as a springtime herb because of that support for liver. So as a liver cleanse or to help with inflammation. But I agree with you, Maureen. These products, these are for all year round. And we're introducing them, especially right now, just because especially for anyone that might be new on the call, that these are great products to actually use in the spring, in addition to the NBC products that we always talk about, our basic foundation foods of products that nourish, balance, and cleanse our body. So, does anyone else have anything else they wanted to add about dandelion root? Miss Mary. Yes, Mary. Hi. We lived on a farm when I was a kid, and my mother was very much into proper nutrition and so on. And we used to get a little bit annoyed because all of our neighbors who had these most beautiful lawns with no dandelion here also in terms of inflammation, and that is our Cali, which is our one of our main beverages that we use every single day. And the reason I wanted to bring up Cali is because it really does help to eliminate free radicals. And free radicals causes inflammation inside cellular damage. And chronic inflammation produces lots of free radicals, which ultimately creates more inflammation. So it can become a vicious cycle. And that's one of the main reasons that we really love drinking Cali every single day. And it comes in different flavors, but I just want to tell you just about the couple of the main ingredients in here. The one being the Camellia solution. And the catechins in this herb amplifies your body's natural cleansing process by helping to remove those free radicals. So again, we're talking about the free radicals that we want to eliminate that can help also to eliminate inflammation. And one side note that the flavors that Sunrider has is a original flavor. It also has mint and cinnamon. And I just wanted to mention that mint actually also contains antioxidants on its own and has an anti-inflammatory agent called rosmarinic acid. And there was a study in 2019 on rats that rosmarinic acid reduced symptoms of asthma when compared to a control group that did not receive a supplement. So asthma also being one of those conditions that is created by chronic inflammation. So I thought that was just another thing I wanted to add in to our list of products that Cali, and try some mint, because that'll be another little extra help for inflammation. So those are all the products we talked about tonight. I just want to repeat what they were. You could want to write them down. You can come back, listen to the recording again. I always thank you to Max for recording these calls. But the products we talked about tonight was vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitadoxolus, dandelion root, evergreen, and Cali. So those are our favorites for tonight. Now, before we jump off here, I just also want to remind everyone that Mother's Day is coming up, and there is a lot of wonderful gifts on Sunrider's page for gift giving, and that could be for Mother's Day or for anyone that you really want to show appreciation in your life. There's also what will be coming up will be, graduations and all kinds of other events. And Sunrider has out, if you haven't seen it, it's a little booklet called Celebrate Spring with Sunrider, and it's the 2022 Spring Lookbook. And if you take a look in there, it's going to show you some fantastic ideas and products that you can give as gifts. One will be a pure gift set. And then, of course, we also have the fantastic oil and skincare set, Beauty Pearl, Bella, all having to do with beautiful skin and hormones. And then, of course, we have in here the Sun Smile fruit and vegetable rinse. And we have the products for cleaning, for the laundry and household. And then we have the protective CC cream and moisturizing with SPF 30. So those also help to protect from the sun, as we were talking about earlier, especially here in spring. So I would encourage everyone to take a look at that, take a look at the website, see if there's anything that you would love for yourself or someone you know would love as a gift. They do make, as we call it, the gift that keeps on giving, because there's so many benefits that really go on and on, especially because these products do help to regenerate our body. So that's what I have to say for tonight. Anyone else have any last words before we go? Okay, well, I just wanted to thank everybody again for participating. Let's see, Mary, Maureen, Carla, Nat, I know there's some others, forgive me please for forgetting your name. Does anyone else remember another name that we want to shout out to? Well, I think it might have been Elaine. I'm not sure if that was one person too, but just your testimonies and your experiences are so fantastic and so important. I know that, as I say, every week everybody benefits from all of your experiences. So I just want to close, first of all, by reminding everyone the calls that are coming up tonight. So after this call will be the Rising Stars, the 14 call. You can find the link or the phone number on the Rising Stars Facebook page. And then after that, there'll be a Sunrider Talk Achievers call. And that is featuring one of our team members from the Rising Stars, Nancy Gallows. And that's going to be another fantastic call. So again, I want to just thank everybody for supporting this call, for supporting us and jumping in. And Matt, again, thank you so much for recording our calls and jumping in for all your support. And remember, these products, they work. So let's all keep using them every single day. Have a great week, everybody. Bye now.